Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and if this is the first time you're tuning in, my name is Nadreen K and I vlog about all things careers in marketing, particularly digital marketing. I upload loads of vlogs and fashion videos, so there's definitely something here for you if you're totally new to my content. If you are coming back, welcome. Please do make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so that you are notified whenever I upload a new video, and why not hit the bell and turn on your post notifications so that you get a little pop-up every time I upload a new video, which is 3 times a week, so you might want to do that. So today I'm going to be talking about social media management, and this is part of my digital marketing career story series where I have pretty much explored most disciplines related to digital marketing. So what is social media management and what does a social media manager do? If you are relatively, I guess if you're a millennial or relatively young, you'll probably know that social media is a huge channel for businesses. Social media is pretty much used by everyone across a number of different walks of life and age ranges. So it's a big part of any digital marketer's toolkit, and a dedicated social media manager will be in charge of looking after that company's social media presence. So obviously the key social media sites will be LinkedIn, particularly for B2B, Facebook across pretty much all industries, Twitter for sure, and Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok and Pinterest generally are more specific to not necessarily the sort of business or financial services arena, but I do see some companies within those spaces getting into some of those apps. But the core social media platforms for any B2B digital marketer will be Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn. So a social media manager will basically have a number of different tasks to focus on. So they will most likely be looking after all of those profiles, making sure that they are up to date in terms of imagery, correct logos and branding. They will be in charge of the post schedule, so any good social media manager will have like a schedule for the week, the month of posts that they've got going out, imagery to go with that, and trackable links so that they can monitor how much traffic they are driving back to the website if they are posting content that is kind of pointing back to the website, which is a really important point to note. So I guess the two purposes of posting content on social media for any business is really to build brand awareness and let people know about who you are and that you're out there. It would be also to increase your social share of voice so that you are seen to be taking part in all relevant conversations on social media, and also to drive leads. And social media tends to be quite high up in the funnel, and by that I mean the sales funnel. So it's very highly unlikely that you're going to get, if you're in the B2B space anyway, that you're going to get a lead that's come from a tweet, fill out a contact us form and say I want to buy your product. For B2B it's generally social media will influence or assist conversions on your site. So I would say any B2B marketer should have loads of posts that are directing people back to your website. So social media is a big traffic driver. It helps to get people back to your website, and whether you're pointing to blogs, case studies, videos, product pages, it just gets people back to your site. So that's a good way to drive up your site traffic, and also to essentially get people into your kind of conversion funnel, and then you can kind of hit them with loads of other channels like email and PPC and other sort of retargeting options. But you want to get as much of that traffic back to your site and get them coming back regularly. I would also say that a social media manager would be in charge of reporting on the performance of their posts and their profile growth. They'll be in charge of responding to comments or messages that are received on social media. They would be responsible for looking out for like ongoing trends or like hashtags or hot topics at the moment, and making sure that posts are linked back to that type of content. They would be also responsible for making sure that any visits back to the site from social are tracked, so that you can see within Google Analytics how much traffic to the site social is actually driving, and then start to understand what that traffic does when it gets to the website, so that you can start to tailor a bit more of a specific journey for social traffic, and also post the relevant content that's going to keep people on your site for longer if they've come from, you know, a post that you've put out. So that's, I guess, more the organic side of things. From a paid standpoint, a lot of companies are now using sponsored posts or boosting their organic posts by paying per click, paying for impressions, which ultimately allows them to target the kind of users they would want to see their posts and like amplify and like get them out to a wider audience if they don't have that much of a following. So I've definitely seen loads of retail brands or clothing brands be really successful with this, particularly on Instagram and Facebook as well. Facebook ads is actually a really successful platform, like across the board. But then also from a B2B standpoint, LinkedIn sponsored posts work quite well too. Generally, you would want a combination of sponsoring posts that you're already organically sharing, as well as maybe trialing just some general branding or like you know, in-platform ads that people see, just in case you're like looking to do a brand awareness push. So paid social will generally involve setting up a campaign, deciding what you want your budget to be, understanding who your target audience is or who you want to target. So this would mean having a really good understanding of the demographics of your ideal customer. So how old are they? What gender are they? What are their interests? What topics that they tend to talk about, and can you like target a particular hashtag? All things like that would help you to refine your targeting so that your posts or your social media ads are seen by the right people. A social media manager might also look after the company's YouTube account and be responsible for video content, posting video content on there, but that could be, you know, I guess juggled across a number of different roles. But yeah, do expect to sometimes see YouTube platform management included within that, because it is a social media platform. And then a social media manager would probably also be in charge of any influencer related activity. So from a layman's perspective, let's look at the fashion industry, for example. So a brand like Pretty Little Thing might have a social media manager, and that person might be in charge of looking on Instagram for, you know, up and coming influencers to promote their new line of loungewear, for example. And so that social media manager would need to go out and look for influencers of different sizes, so huge influencers, micro influencers, anyone in between, and understand, you know, who would be great in terms of a good fit for the target market, has probably the relevant following, and can post and like drive traffic back to the brand's social site and website. So influencer campaign management or influencer management or outreach could also be included within that. In the B2B space, I don't see a lot of it done, if I'm honest. But it's definitely something that could be explored, because there are a lot of thought leaders, as we call them in the B2B industry, who have a decent following and who people generally go to recommend technology platforms, services, products that, you know, different companies might be offering. So it's something that is definitely probably growing more in the B2B space, but definitely at its infancy. So yeah, I guess any social media manager would probably be doing all of those tasks and probably be looking after, from a holistic standpoint, the company's overall presence on social media and making sure that the brand is well represented, well known, and growing, and, you know, kind of gaining mass share of voice, so share of all of the conversations within that industry that are taking place. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. I wanted to keep that one short and sweet because you guys are all quite familiar with social media, so I would assume anyway. So yes, I think generally speaking that might often be included, that role would probably often be bundled in with something else like email campaign management or like digital like a digital marketing role, but I thought it would be worth sort of splitting it out and talking about it just by itself. Comment down below if there's anything I've missed. After I do the next video in the series, which will be all about PPC, I will then do like a Q&A just to answer any questions that you guys have that I might not have covered during the series, or that you want me to go into more detail on. So if you want me to do that, come over to my Instagram and follow me and let me know what your questions are, or comment them down below in this video and I'll pick them up and I'll include them in the Q&A. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video in the series or any of my other videos, and I will see you guys on Thursday for a lifestyle type video. Bye.